KFC Radio featuring Andrew Collin. How you doing, bud?
I'm great, dude. My living room is fucking awesome. I'm on one side, then I'm on the other side, and then I go to the other side. It's fucking dope. My life's great.
I feel like I've been watching you on Instagram, and you're doing the Bachelor thing. You're doing your TikToks. You're always putting up those weird, like, suicide notes. You're a weird cat. You're losing it in quarantine, I think, man.
I was losing it way before quarantine. Actually, I think I've never been more sane. I'm a fucking mess. I was at the highlight of my life. I was touring theaters. I had a writing job. I can't even write. I don't even know how I got the job. I don't deserve the job. I think it's because I ate Nikki's butt, like, virtually, not like literally. I don't want that, like, going out because she would never fuck me.
Yeah, but we're gonna clip that. Andrew Collin eats Nikki Glaser's butt. That's how he has a job. Done.
So, anyways, yeah. So I was like, finally, I was a dog walker for 7 years. Like, this was my peak, and then now it's all gone. So now I'm like back to I can't even pick up dog shit. The dogs won't even talk to me. So my life's over.
You're walking dogs, and you're on stage just doing sets, like, just trying to grind it out, make it like everybody else, and Nikki just notices and sees you and likes you. Is that how it all went down? And then you ate her butt?
And then, I ate her. I ate her butt on the street. And well, me and the dog, we were fighting over that ass. And then I started eating the dog's ass, and then she's like, "You should open for me. You're funny." No, the real story, it's kind of weird. I was walking a dog with wheels. It was like a robo dog. It was like half.
Oh, that's a fucking cheat code right there.
Yeah,
people talk
about the attention.
Walk a regular puppy. Walk a fucking puppy in a wheelchair. Here's
the thing.
Unbelievable.
You want to know the best part? The best part? His legs worked.
What?
I fucking broke his legs, misery style. So he'd fucking be in the fucking wheelchair. I took him out. It wasn't even my dog. No, this dog's back legs were dead. So she took a picture of me. She thought I was the owner of this dog, like this rich Chelsea guy who like wouldn't kill his dog and just kept it alive to like put in a wheelchair to look like a fucking idiot. And and so she took a picture, put it on Instagram, and she didn't know I was a comic. And then my buddies were like, "Yo, that's a comic, blah, blah, blah." 5 years later, she starts following me on Instagram then. She was living in LA.
Yeah.
She just happened to be in New York. Then she came to New York 5 years later. She's like, "Hey, you're probably not still a dog walker." I was like, "Oh, more than ever. If anything, I'm more dog than human at this point." And so then I just she just hired me. And the first day she's like, "Hey, why don't you host for me at Caroline's?"
Jeez.
Like in a month. Because I told her that, like, when I meet like new people and I want to impress them, I tell them every like horrible thing about me, Like,
that is the way to impress somebody.
Wait, no. If you're saying what I think you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think I'm on board with this. Is this just like you get all your cards on the table, so there's no skeletons, that there's no like you're gonna find out in a month that I did XYZ, and I'd rather just tell you that now so that you're down with me? Is it that sort of thing?
Yeah, like it's like. But the problem is I do it on like dates,
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to fuck.
Call that self-sabotage in the business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my brand. And what I did, like, I would tell her like funny story. Like I got an AIDS test when I was still a virgin because I fingered a girl and I bite my nails. Like,
so
did you do that?
Fuck, I didn't take it that far, but I have for sure Googled, can you get AIDS from a hangnail? I mean, that is the most relatable shit I've ever heard.
What? You were both. I mean, look,
John, you think that you can get cancer from fucking someone coughing on you? You didn't think you could get AIDS from?
I always said when I was younger I wouldn't shake Magic Johnson's hand because I'm still not fucking.
Yeah. So don't you?
He wouldn't shake your hand. He's fucking Magic Johnson, you loser.
That was honestly something. I'd be like 19 years old. Like, I wouldn't shake Magic Johnson's hand. I'm failing out of college at Florida State, and I'm like, Magic Johnson? No thanks, dude.
Yo, don't you throw stolons? I still don't understand how you can't. If I have a hangnail and I'm in there. And there's any transfer of fluids and we are locked up and there's no air, how do you not get AIDS?
That makes sense.
Also, yeah, I mean, a lot of people thought maybe like Was I eating the AIDS off my fingers? Like a week later. It all started with a girl on a cruise that had the smelliest pussy I've ever smelled. We were outside on a lawn chair, and the ship almost had to turn around. Like, it was horrendous. And I was like 15, and I was like, that's it. I got AIDS because I watched the movie Kids. And I was like, that pussy smells worse than AIDS. Yeah.
You hiked her bikini to the side and thought you found, like, oh, we must be stumbling on one of those trash islands that just
I thought there was a dead whale on the ship. It was fucking horrendous, bro. It was like, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you do carnival,
I know a guy who hooked up with a girl in the backseat of a car, and he went down on her. And it was so bad, and he's basically hotboxing himself in the backseat of like a little tiny car. He actually leaned his head out the window and puked. It was an old school car. It was rolled down, so he rolled it and puked.
And he got back in the mix?
Blamed it on being like fucked up, like, oh, I'm so drunk or whatever.
Dude, that's like fucking Russ Tyler in Mighty Ducks, where he's like, you swig some water, you take some air, you get back out there and do it again.
I just love that. That's like they're like, if that was How I Met Your Mother ended, I would watch that show if it was like, dude, this guy met her. Her pussy was so smelly. Get this. He threw up while fucking her and then married her.
My buddy told me Saget was the dad at the end. He'd be like, "Oh, that's why it's been Bob Saget the whole time."
Yeah. Very on brand,
dude. This is why you can't tell your buddies like hookup stories like that, because what if he ended up like my buddy told me a story about how he hooked up with this girl and she had a yellow discharge coming out of her pussy, and he like fucked her on top of a mountain in the middle of the day so you could see everything. You could see all the hairs.
My God.
And then he married this girl. So it's like, so we know her as Yellow Discharge Girl. Yeah. She got a nickname. You're gonna be Mrs. Yellow.
What up, YD? How we doing, YD?
Oh, big word, pussy. And now he married her. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you got to watch out when you hook up with and give a nickname, because that's gonna stick. That's
why you can't tell anyone anything ever. That like I don't tell someone I broke up with a girlfriend for like 3 months before I'm sure it's like locked in. Because then once you tell them like, good, I fucking hated her. You get drunk on Saturday night and like, guess who's got a girlfriend again? And it's all back. You leave that shit for like a long, long, long time. I don't tell someone I broke up until I have a new girlfriend. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, he's the man.
Or when you do tell them you broke up, you can't tell them like the real reason. Because then if you get back together with her, they think that you're a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Be like, yeah, it just like didn't work out. If you tell her that like, she threw a brick through your window and like, slipped the tires on your car, and then you're back together with her, it's like, well, what are you doing, you asshole? So I gotta keep it tight lips all the time, dude. And really, I mean,
also your friend like
your pussy discharges. Just keep that in the vault no matter what,
Also, don't fuck a girl on top of a mountain in the middle of the day. Wait till around 8 p.m. What are you doing? I mean, you might look like a murderer. You're like, hey, let's go to the top of the mountain at 9.
The only reason I feel safe having sex on top of a mountain at night is because like I know I suck at it, so like we're not gonna get any wolf calls. Like if you're doing a good job up there, you might be attracting like a pack of wolves. Like what's the animal dying up there? Luckily for me, it's the silence. I don't even know what's going on.
I also like the idea I can blame the mountain. Like if I don't put in a good effort, it's like, well, I was stumbling on the rocks and the gravel, and I thought there was a wolf over there. It wasn't me. It was the mountain.
Yeah, if I'm gonna fuck on top of a mountain, I gotta train like a football team does before they go play the Broncos. Like get those fucking the masks on and go running in high altitude. Dude, I have.
Yeah, you like, sleep in one of those fucking ventilator things. Yeah, you sleep in one of those oxygen tanks. Like, what are you doing? I'm gonna fuck a girl with yellow discharge in 3 months. But it's on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, so I gotta train.
Like Rocky in Rocky 4, I'm carrying fucking tree trunks on my back, just trying to get ready to fuck this girl, man. So shit, though, that's crazy. I never thought about that. I definitely have. We just kind of connected with Nikki over the past 6 months or whatever, and I was thinking about her. Like she just popped. She's doing theaters. She's on TV. She's got her special. She just made it, and now that comes to a halt for her. But same thing for you, since you guys are like an operation now. Fuck, sorry, man. That stinks.
It is what it is. I mean, the good news is there is none.
But I mean, the good news is that I think Nikki's like not the type who's gonna fucking kick you to the curb or whatever. As soon as this resumes, you're back in action, right?
How long were you in where's Nikki from? Is it Missouri?
She's in St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah, Missouri. I nailed it. Were you like stuck with her parents for a while? I feel like I saw you on IG a lot there.
No, we did a couple shows over there. That's why.
Okay, I thought you got stuck quarantined there for a bit. I was surprised to see you back in New York.
I almost went out there because the show we were shooting that never is going to be shot was going to be filming at her house, and I was going to like go there and just be a part of the show. But it's probably a good thing that I didn't. The one good thing that came out of this, honestly, is I like started to monetize my podcast, which I never would have done because I was making money other places. And so I was like, oh, I can make money. Like I have like this many like it just like I'm that lazy and like and so this forced me to like, so instead of like filling out a form for unemployment, I monetized my podcast. So that's good.
The comics right now who just rely on the stage, I mean, you're fucked. And not, you can't really blame them because it's unprecedented. It's not like you ever could foresee that all of live comedy would shut down, but it's just important to know, like, you got to keep like diversifying. You got to have different ways to make money. Because if you put all your eggs in one basket, you're fucked.
I mean, you could get paid to fuck a girl on top of a mountain, but I mean, I'm in New York, and that's like a 4-hour drive to the Catskills.
Not me, bro. Nobody's paying me to fuck them on any top of mountains anywhere. Even if you got a discharge, I ain't getting that money.
They pay me to throw them off the mountain. Come on. I don't fuck good. So, but I was finally getting laid a lot. That's
that was going to be my next question. I feel like you're very open about your dating life, and so I mean, you would just report back. You'd go on a date, and then either on Instagram or on the podcast, you'd be like, "Yeah, we did it. We were fucking doing it, man." Do any of these girls ever say like, "Hey, can you not do that?" Or they not care?
Every one of them. All of them. Everyone. It's a problem. I definitely. You don't tell your friends like something. I tell the world. The world. Like 48 people, but like a lot. But I fuck up. I do that a lot. I'm like, But what I try to do is I try to like point it at me. Only one time did I point it at the girl, and I got caught, and it wasn't good.
What did you point?
Go into deep. Just the vagina wasn't the best, and it just wasn't. Yeah. So that was, and I did that on Sirius Radio, and her one of her relatives was in a rental car randomly and heard it. So
what are the chances? Because a lot of people don't have it in the regular car. It had to be in the rental car. It had to be Sirius. It had to be the relative. That's just bad luck, man.
I said it was bad one day. One day.
When you're getting ready for those, do you ever like we talk about it all the time? Like I did one the other day where I wrote a blog where like every second I'm writing this blog, I'm like, I shouldn't be writing this.
Yeah.
This is something that I know the person I'm talking about is going to read this.
What blog are you? What blog is that, John?
Honestly, I don't think it's the one you're thinking of. It was the Zoom meeting one.
Okay.
It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't anything intimate at all. It was just how I'm so fucking pissed about people making me be on Zoom meetings. And I had just had a one-on-one meeting with someone who made me be on Zoom, who worked for a company that I'm writing the fucking blog on. And I knew they were going to read it. It was impossible. It was their fucking job to read this blog I'm about to read. And I was like, but I don't know. This is fucking funny. This is funny and it's annoying. So guess what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to post it.
Slave to the joke, right?
If you don't have that feeling, that like, oh, fuck. That's the thing that moves the needle.
Right.
I mean, that's what your company, I feel like, is built on. I mean, it's that, oh, fuck. I shouldn't fucking put up a picture of Tom Brady's kid's dick. Like that.
Well, the real problem with him is that he doesn't have that feeling ever. He just is like, what? I don't even get it. But the rest of us at least have some sort of conscience. And that's, that's why I'm fucking single dad right now. I mean, you say a bunch of shit that you shouldn't say because a fuck ton of people are going to laugh at it. That's just the game, right?
Hey, at least sports are gone. So,
Dude, did you see that headline again today with Fauci?
No. Oh, about the widespread testing or whatever?
No, it's just like Fauci's like, they're probably aren't going to do sports again this year. Motherfucker has said that daily.
I know.
3 months.
Yeah.
Every single day he's asked, when are sports? He's going to fucking snap like a dad with like are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yes.
You get sports when you get sports.
But
There's other things going on.
How about the people still writing those headlines every time? It's like, this is going to be, a new story every single time he says it. It's the same answer every fucking time.
Also Fauci can't fucking could never do a college layup. That fucking pussy.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
the hoop, man. He could ball.
Could he? Oh, my bad. I didn't realize he could ball. My bad. Never mind. I take it back.
He played high school ball at Regis, and he was like 5'4", and they said he could you could run through a brick wall. He was like a fucking monster. Imagine that little guinea on the court just fucking tearing it up.
I love that you know his stats.
Oh yeah, I dug in.
Fucking Fauci in 1806. Fucking 40, 12, and 7. I mean, 5'4" back then was 6'9".
Even if you're right though, even if sport he's dealing with catastrophic loss of life, and you got these assholes being like, do you think that OTA camp is going to be possible in August? I don't fucking care.
Excuse me, Dr. Fauci, do you think there's any realistic possibility the entire NHL could move to North Dakota for a few months? It's like, dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll do it outside. We'll be spread out for miles. Yeah, no, that's
crazy, man.
Yeah,
but the podcast, it's interesting though. It's like I think we had a couple ideas that we started doing that we were sitting on for months, and this for whatever reason is the impetus to do it. Like, oh, okay, now this is going to be extremely logistically difficult and hard with the camera. Yeah, let's do it now. Fuck it, let's do it now. But yeah, it really is kind of a motivator of some people.
Dude, I'm getting better guests than I would ever got. I could get Barack Obama probably in 3 days. Like, that's where the world is right now. No one has anything, Yeah, I could probably get Axl Rose to fucking put the fucking band back together just for my Zoom. I don't know. It's crazy.
You think it's because people are just like, well, I'm sitting on my couch and don't have anything to do? Do you think that there's part of them that are like, maybe subconsciously, there are bigger things in this world? Like, I'm going to stop being an asshole, stop being elitist. I'll even talk to Andrew Collin, that fucking slub. What exactly is the why is it changing? I can't figure out what it is, but I'm happy it is.
I think it's bored. He was bored out of his fucking
mind. Yeah, bored. Right.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll even talk to Andrew Collin. Whatever.
I mean, do you know my stats in high school, you fucking piece of shit? I mean, that's what I'm actually more sad that high school basketball is not going on right now. Is it a pedophile? Am I a pedophile if I know the stats for Mikey Williams or whatever? I follow high school sports more than
Don't say that out loud. Don't say that out loud.
Do you really? That's that's what we had a guy at Barstool probably 2 years ago who left to found, or at least some kind of founding, or one of the early members of a high school sports company, where it's
Overtime, right? Something like that. Overtime, where it just covers local high school.
I mean, what do you think a scout is? A scout goes to high schools and it's like, yo, that kid's got good legs, a solid
You're not
ass.
a scout, Andrew. You're just a creep. If you were a scout, I would say, okay, he's a scout. You're not.
I wrote an email to the Jets.
The scouts are
Jets.com.
Unnecessarily sexual in their description of high school athletes.
Yeah.
You ever read Jeter's fucking scouting report? It's it's got a great ass, fucking his lips. I could kiss the shit out of them. I'm gonna try to pull it up. Jeter's. I think
cock on him.
He grips a bat with two hands. I could just imagine it on my hard cock. Oh, and those baby hazel eyes. For a black guy doesn't usually have green eyes. It's great. The guy's like, all right, dude. Well, first of all, great work. He's a hell of an athlete. I mean, you found a shortstop in Michigan. That's like finding a fucking, I don't know, a fucking quarterback in Dominican Republic. It's unbelievable.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's
Yo, back to the dating shit though. It's funny because I've thought once I became single and I see the fucking Bachelor every week and how it gets about a bajillion viewers. And I thought to myself, what if I did a little online version of this? What if I publicized and like recapped? I'm gonna go on a date on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I'm gonna tell you what it was like. And I won't give out any names or anything, but we'll be pretty open, and she'll know what's going on. Turn it into like an online series. And I was like, nah, I can't. You can't do that. And that really, the people who do on the Bachelor, I don't know. You can do it. I wouldn't be able to put my own shit out there. And so I started thinking about all those people who do that reality shit. It's kind of crazy to just totally put all your game, everything out there for the world is pretty extreme, but that's just what you do, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like friends with like the Summer House Girls. Like that's a show on TV. I feel like reality TV, these fucking people become bigger celebrities than the biggest movie stars in the world now. Yeah. And it's because like people can watch a movie and be like Daniel Day-Lewis and be like, yeah, I can't do that. But I could fucking get fingered in an alley, with a camera when after I drank a little bit of Fireball, and they feel like they could do that. So then they're like, I could be on TV too. Yeah. And that's so that being said, it would be fun. The problem is like after like 2 weeks and you're not going to fuck these girls. You're just doing internet dating. You're going to lose steam, I think, on this. Like, you know what I mean? And what kind of girls are you going to get coming to you? You know what I mean? You have 2 kids and you crack your neck, every morning I get a video of your neck cracking. What kind of girl's gonna fuck you?
It's so great though. It's just you'd be surprised, by the way. You would be surprised, by the way, some of the DMs I've gotten after those neck cracks. That's all I'm saying.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. The people who like that shit, they like that shit. Trust me.
The same person that liked that did the scouting report for Jeter. Like that's who you're fucking. A fucking creep.
Dude, that's like you might as well start popping pimples and shit. To get the fuck out. You might have gotten some DMs about it, but not from people who are like it's like getting DMs like I feel like a girl when it's like, oh, like let me see your panties. It's like not someone you want to sell your panties to. It's like with neck crack, I gotta feel like it's someone you don't want to crack your neck for. Or have cracked your neck.
I don't know, John. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe.
Also, I love that you.
I don't believe you, but I believe the smile on your face.
Also, I love that you.
That's how I met your mother. He was cracking his neck, and I was coming to it.
I also love you, Kevin, because you got more sympathy for not having corona than 90 people that died. But like Kevin's like, I'm in line. I have a tickle in my throat. Pray for me. And I crack my neck loud. So send me some pussy shots. Pray for me. Hashtag I might be dying. I have 2 kids and I made tacos tonight.
I'll tell you what, you fucking consume the shit.
Yeah, you know a little too much.
Well, you're a private. I haven't followed you yet, Feidelberg. I'm coming after you too.
You know a little bit too much, Andrew.
Yeah. Mine is nothing. Mine is swipe ups or podcasts and t-shirts. I got
I'm going over to Co-op City soon. There's this place in the hood.
Dude, I watched the Barstool fucking doc. I watched all 15, 16, I don't know. It's like 85 episodes.
Yo, you know what I love?
The story of how you guys date raped your way to billions of dollars. It's unbelievable.
Yo, I like how when the MJ documentary started, and it's something and I'm just realizing it right now, how fucking big of an asshole I am. Where like for when Tiger King started, I'd be like, who needs 7 episodes? And MJ started, I'm like, who needs 10 episodes? Barstool Sports. Oh, you want me to sit down for episode 25? Sure.
You had an hour on your rap battle with some girl in Texas named Taco Tuesday or something. And you know what? I fucking loved it, and I liked it more than The Last Dance. I'm not even kidding. I'm not just kissing your ass. I loved yours when you went on tour in that bus with the long hair guy that played football at UNC, which I have no idea how he got on the team. I thought, it's insane to me. Could he throw a football, or he just? And then he was good. He was good enough, but he did this director of morale thing where I think people just loved him in the locker room.
Because he went. It's actually an unbelievable story. He went to study abroad, which I thought was unheard of for Division I college athletes. Yeah. Went to study abroad in Scotland, came back and was just like, "Hey, coach, I haven't touched a weight in 6 months. I'm done." And
here's the thing:
he liked him, so stay on.
He's that good looking. Like he's that good looking where he looks like a young Fabio. Like he's fucking hot, and fucking Dave like wined and dined him because he would want to fuck him if he was gay.
Yeah, Dave is pretty much like you could be the funniest, most talented person in the world. If you're not cool, if you're not like hot, you're
hot. You have to be hot, young and hot. That's what he likes, man, and it's hilarious because guys will be like, "I ain't gay," and it's like you're only hiring guys you would fuck. No, but he was the team morale guy. He was like a mascot with a clipboard.
Yep.
You know,
I mean,
that bus tour was. I was so jealous, but I'd be dead in a day. You know.
Yeah, that took years off his life. I remember you on the Blackout Tour days because he was still blogging. He's trying to connect on some like hotspot internet card as he drives and parties.
We used to before we got a hotspot, we used to like intentionally drive next to like Peter Pan buses because they had Wi-Fi.
Just lean up against them.
No, I think it's in the back. I think it's in the back. Slow down a bit.
It's like doing like work outside of Starbucks. It's like, yeah. Oh, there's a bus. Hurry. But we're going to Mississippi. Nah, Alabama now. Yeah. I need to download this porn. Yeah. Fucking girl getting fucked on a mountain. No, dude. I mean, I don't know. Is it weird though? Like you guys are aging, right? Like a little bit. Like let's not, So and then your demographic is younger. Like if you went to college and you're wearing your Letterman jacket, do you feel like does it feel like weird? You know what I mean? Like if you were
if I went anywhere and I was wearing a Letterman jacket, I would kill myself. Yes, so that would definitely feel weird. We've done I think a pretty good job of aging with our. Like, I think the listeners of our podcast are probably the guys who started in 2009 and have now kept up with us. I think that sometimes the college kids will probably tune in and they'll be like, all right, this is like Ghost of Christmas future for us, but they're not like into it. And then some guys I think are just Peter Pan who are just like, still delivering the 21-year-old content. But I'd rather just keep it real and try to be, I'm not going to be able to, I can't keep up with the music, the style, the slang, all that shit, So yeah. I think that we probably got an age appropriate fan base, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely we had a kid.
Barstool's fan base is very sectioned, where they're like it's not just men anymore, but like there are like I feel like we had Snap. I get yelled at in the street. This is crazy. I get yelled at in the street as like the Snapchat guy because I do fucking 30 seconds it takes a day by like construction workers. I never knew that construction workers were Snapchat fans. It's like, hey, I know you're the Snapchat guy. Like they're outside our office. This is the real tragedy of coronavirus. Outside our office, there has been waging a very intense anti-union protest.
Yeah, big time labor strike
by someone in our building. It was not very successful because I still don't know what company they were mad at. But like those union guys would be like, "Hey, you're the Snapchat dude. I know you."
Right, you know what? Call off the protest. We had no idea that Mr. Snapchat was in there. The guy that does the goofs. Yeah.
But then, like,
he's the goofy guy.
High school, college kids love the Instagram, and then like there's everything. I think Kevin's right. I think our podcast is probably pretty age appropriate. But yeah, there's everything.
Collin, you gonna get on TikTok or what, bro?
I am. I did like 4 of them. I'm done. It's just talk about feeling like a pedophile. I just feel like
I think that's what we all did. I made a couple. He made a couple. They didn't work. I thought to myself, why in the world would like a 15-year-old ever watch this? I'm out. And
there's no talent involved.
That's not true, though. That's not true. There are some talented people. We say this. We always say this about every app, and we say this is stupid, this is dumb, and the next thing you know, it like rules the world. It's like, well, I don't know if it's stupid or dumb, but this is. It's like
but Vine was dumb. Even if I said Vine was dumb, Vine's done. Where's Vine?
But
tell me where Vine is. Where's Vine?
Vine should have never died. It was awesome. You picked out the one that died. Snapchat came along. It's huge.
MySpace. Where's MySpace? Where's Friendster?
Yo, you ever seen that fucking Tom dude? You know Tom, the MySpace guy, Tom?
Yeah, he's worth $540 million.
Yeah,
dude, it's people like he has one of my favorite clapbacks on Twitter. Him and Frankie Muniz, where like Tom, it was like I'm gonna find it.
What a duo.
What did he say?
I'm finding it right now.
Yeah, that's one thing where, people would probably be like, oh, MySpace, what a fucking abject failure that was. And it's like, 500 million, and I'm not, and meanwhile, Zuckerberg is like sitting before Congress getting grilled for like fake news during the election, and Tom from MySpace is probably just fucking hosed with $500 million. Who really won?
Here's Tom's tweet. He tweeted, this is from back in 2012. Tom tweeted, people keep asking, so I'll say it. Fear over Instagram's terms change is ridiculous. Get real, folks. Someone replied to him, says the guy who's not able to keep a social network alive. Tom replied, says the guy who sold MySpace in 2005 for $580 million while you slave away hoping for a day off. He's like,
I killed himself.
He's actually like an interesting, like a pretty good Instagram photographer now. Just like goes to crazy places, takes cool pictures.
I'm sure he's probably living the best life out of all these guys. Fucking Sean Parker, Mark Zuckerberg, all these guys. He can walk down the street, nobody bothers him. He's got $500 million in the tank, and he doesn't do anything. He just takes pictures. Sign me up. Fuck.
I love Tom. I love all these fucking. Tom just was like, I need friends. How do I get friends? Like, I'll force myself onto millions of people like a U2 fucking on an iPhone. Like, that's what he did. And then it's like, it's just a picture of him. Like, you remember that? Everyone knows the picture of him in a white T-shirt. Just,
that was his Twitter picture. I don't think he has Twitter anymore, but that picture was his Twitter picture for that tweet I just read.
One of the most iconic pictures ever, man. Don't hate on Tom.
And Frankie Muniz was your acting is just awful. Sorry, but it is. Frankie Muniz replied, yeah, being retired with $40 million since 19 has not been awful. Good luck moving out of your mom's house before 35.
Yo, we got to get Frankie Muniz up on this bitch. I feel like he did the podcast, right?
At this point, yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course he would. Yes, dude. I mean, I told you, I got Barack coming in.
Did you give yourself a haircut?
Andrew was waiting to ask.
Yeah, I mean, what was that?
You're impressed?
We've been yelling about how, I also got a mustache,
but the hair came in on the beard. But I got a mustache, and I got this fucking. I mean, I always wanted to know what it looked like to want to kill Jews, considering I'm a Jew.
I mean, I was gonna say, did you say let's go for Hitler here, because it's super Nazi?
Yeah. I mean, look, I finally went for it. You know, this whole time I've been a self-hating Jew, and I was like, what's the look that would really think like, hey, look at? I mean, it's not bad though. I kind of look like a hot soccer player.
Oh, is that what we're going with?
Yeah, I look like Neymar.
I don't hate that spin zone. I can see it a bit. I could if you could do like a rainbow flip, or I don't know any other soccer terminology. I'd be like, that makes it, like if you went to a park right now and just brought a soccer ball. People would be like, that's a soccer dude.
Oh, yeah, that guy's from Europe. That guy's from, like, the middle of Spain, like an island off of Spain.
Oh, and we are really giving ourselves credit here today. Jesus. I thought you were going to tell me that you look like one of the Peaky Blinders or something, and you just went
Peaky Blinders.
You went full-blown European athlete. Okay, Andrew Collin, you fucking Hitler motherfucker.
Well, the problem is my hair's receding. There's nothing worse than a balding mohawk, you know?
Yeah,
because everyone's like, shave it to the current, like, no, this is a mohawk. I'm not balding and aging, and I'm fucking, you know, my dick is turning brown or whatever. I don't know.
It's really, you could just get that. That's Feidelberg's got that.
I mean, you both have great hair. I mean, no, you got the great hair too. I mean, you guys have presidential. I mean, it's incredible.
I like that.
I mean, that's hair. I don't know if we have anything else presidential, but sure.
Yeah.
Are you from New York, Andrew?
No, I'm from Florida originally. My dad's from New York, and my mom's from Chicago. But I was born in Miami.
I saw you tweet about you were born in Miami.
Yeah, but I was raised in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
What?
When I went to
the Mets, there, except for the Mets.
Yeah.
I went down there for a week once to cover them for spring training, and I was like, "This is the most desolate place on earth." And you live there?
Yeah. That's what makes this.
Are you a Mets fan?
Yeah, I loved like the early Mets, you know, in the 80s. I would go to Shea Stadium with my grandpa, which was fucking awesome. So like I do have like amazing memories going to the games with him and fucking selling cocaine to Strawberry. It was pretty dope. My grandpa would be like, "Yo, Doc Gooden, God, he likes the good shit. Get the good shit."
Could you imagine getting if you were Doc and Daryl's drug dealer in the 80s? Huh. It's probably Tom from MySpace. He's probably retired off that shit, man. Jeez.
Could you imagine the sales pitch of like, hey, Doc Gooden pitched a no-hitter and Strawberry hit a ball 900 feet and they did more cocaine last night than a whole fucking Colombian drug house, you know? Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try your coke. Yeah, that's cool.
You want to be like them? Here you go. Fuck.
Damn, roll. Yeah, so I was a Mets fan growing up, and that was really the only thing there. And I played baseball. And I played baseball with Rick Ankiel in Little League, actually. Talk about cocaine. His dad got arrested for selling cocaine.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't? He had like 9 tons on a boat.
Holy selling stuff in fucking Little League.
Bro, he had like 40 tons of cocaine on a canoe. Like it was crazy. I think that's the story. I could just be making it up. But no, Rick Ankiel was nasty. He played for the Cardinals in Little League and had a 12-6 curveball that dropped and he played catcher as a left-hander. And he wasn't even the best pitcher on his team. There was this guy, Freddie O'Brien, that like hit 80 as a Little Leaguer. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm just mad.
Just to be clear,
baseball is one of those things though, like Little League baseball, like I don't remember like my best friend from middle school, but like I remember the fucking pitchers who used to give me trouble. Timmy Boyce threw a football pitch. I don't think that's a real thing, right? It's just like a fucking
football pitch.
Yeah, we used to say it was a football pitch, and it was just like I don't know what the fuck it was. Like we were in like 7. Like that's a football pitch. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. Cool. I think we meant he held it like this. I think I didn't think we just didn't know what a curveball was.
Right.
It's a completely foreign idea to us.
The thing with Little League is when you hit puberty. Like you could hit puberty when you're 11 and you're 6'5", pitching from 30 feet away, and it's like this guy's the next fucking whatever. I can't even think of one pitch. Not good, and it's like no, he just hit puberty. He just has hair on his dick. Like that's the difference.
That was Danny Almonte. It turned out he was like 21. People because they do age differently. It was like okay, this guy can throw 85. No big deal. I played against a kid. His name was Greg Becker. He had to be 295 in like the 4th grade. This kid was huge. And I think he got left back or he had one of those birthdays right on the cutoff. So he like doubled up and he would just hit tank jobs off us all day long. I was like, is this even fun for you, bro? I remember I pitched against it with the bases loaded and people were like, walk him. I'm like, what is he, Barry Bonds? What's going on here?
It's Bud's tied in the bottom of the 9th. Like, it'd be better to just lose by 1. Yeah, Jeremy O'Brien. I remember him. You remember their first and last names too. It's like Eric Tomko. Like they're fucking like they played in the pros. It's like Jeremy O'Brien, he was homeschooled so he could play baseball all day. And he broke his hand. He broke his right hand, right? He still played with one hand hitting home runs. And I know that's like a Paul Bunyan story. He just would hit home runs with just his cock. But I swear to God, like one hand, Jeremy O'Brien. Fucking
dude, there was a kid, I've talked about this kid on the Sirius show before. And he his name still keeps me up to this day. It was this pitcher for New Bedford, Blake Youngblood. Why am I even going to do stepping in the box against Blake fucking Youngblood? I forfeit. I don't want to play. I don't want to play anymore. Your name is too scary. I'm out of here.
The homeschool is an extra element too. I played Mike Nussbaum, and he was another kid who, he was the size of Paul Bunyan. And I knew him in T-ball. So we were like young, where you're playing with those squishy balls. And those squishy balls, even if as an adult, I don't think I could hit them very far because they're not hard. And the fences would be like a home run would be the infield basically. And he was hitting like real home runs. It was like we had to run like hundreds of feet to collect the balls this homeschool giant was hitting. What a weird.
I was so small too. I was a pretty good athlete, but I was like, I didn't hit puberty till I remember I got caught looking for pubes. Remember when you would look for pubes when you were like 12? You're like, if I could just get 2 pubes, fucking Dave will think I'm cool.
Dude, Bro, I fucking didn't get that shit until like junior year of high school, and like my hockey team threw a party. Like, we got into the group chat like, I got pubes.
Bro, it was such a big deal to get pubes. It was so funny. I remember my mom was looking. I went out in the yard to get better sunlight, to see if the crops were growing, you know. And I was like, maybe the sunlight would make my pubes grow. Yeah, I went to the top of a mountain, and my mom's just looking out the window, like, you know, my son is a fucking absolute fucking idiot. Like, this is unbelievable. And then she was probably turned on. She got a little wet probably in there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? We're having fun.
You know what? I was gonna say, like, and that's how you end up being a funny comedian. Thanks for coming on the show. And I let you go one sentence too long. You said that your mother got wet. You sick fuck. You
look, she was wet already. She was wet already.
God.
I'm not gonna say it was all me. It wasn't all me.
Christ.
I'm not cocky. I won't take all the credit.
I had no pubes. I had none. What is she gonna want to fuck a guy with no pubes? I mean, maybe.
You are sick. You're a funny
look.
cat, though, man. You're a funny dude, Andrew Collin.
Oh, dude, I love you guys, man. I honestly, like, I had Myers Leonard on my podcast recently. He plays for the Heat, and I'm like interviewing an athlete, and I was like, God, I just want to fucking. And I realized like that was your whole like thing, and I was like, yeah, but they just knew. Like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but you guys knew Jay Cutler. And then you knew, like, I watched your diet. I was like, you knew one other guy, like Eric, whatever. Yeah. And the next thing you know, they told someone, and it all has to start somewhere. So maybe Myers will get like, I'll ask him, but he'll probably just like not write me back. I'm like, hey, can you get me Jimmy Butler? He's like, how about the towel guy? How about the janitor that doesn't have a job anymore? Yeah. I'll take it. Does he know the team?
You interviewed him on Puddles?
Yeah, he was on Puddles podcast. It was great, man. I did research and I was like, oh, I gotta so I'm like, oh, in high school you were all state, and then he's like, yeah, I was all state, and it was very formal. It's the first real interview I ever did.
You're doing it, man. Puddles is the podcast, Puddle Podcast. You can go check it out. The Patreon's available now too if you want to sign up. And you can check out, all the stuff he's done with Nikki and follow. Are you just Andrew Collin on Instagram?
Andrew T. Collin on Instagram.
So check it out.
Right now I'm dancing to the Yin Yang Twins, throwing my dick out there. You know what I mean?
Wiggle dick cloud.
Yeah, you're a wiggle dicker. Andrew's one of the wiggle dickers. So buckle up. And he does have pubes now on his face. It's the Hitler mustache. Thanks a lot, bro. We appreciate it.
Thank
Your
you
mom's wet.
Right. Oh, Jesus. Goodbye.
Hey, your mom's wet. Your mom's wet. Everyone's mom is wet. Okay, later.